So what category do you fall into? Are you on a strict budget? Are you on a kind of sort of no budget? Or are you just winging it? We're talking budget today. One of my least favorite topics, but a very important one. What does your expenses look full-time on the road? A lot of people ask that question. Today we are going to get up close and personal with my budget, and I'm going to give you some good, things to consider, some good guidelines, so that you too can see whether or not you can manage full-time living on the road. I'm in a car. That's going to be way different than an RV, but at least you'll get some idea where to start, things to think about. And I have flashcards for those of you like myself who are visuals. Let's get started. Hey guys, Linda here, Serene and Simple Life with Sit and Share Sunday. Today we are talking about budget. And what I say and what I'm doing is living life large on a small budget. Like the other Sit and Shares, I took notes. I don't have this all memorized, so occasionally you'll see the shifty eyes, okay? Many people are curious. What does it take financially to live on the road? And of course, just like in Sticks and Bricks, everyone is going to be different. The kind of rig you have, what your spending habits are in general, what your likes and your dislikes are, what's important to you and what's not. Everybody's different. But there is budget guidelines and things you can think about so that you can work out your own budget. And I do feel like I am living life large on a small budget. Now, let me explain. I am frugal and watch most of my pennies, but it wasn't always like that for me. I, in the past, have had excellent credit, and I lived outside my means with that dangerous plastic that you call credit cards. Pretty much destroyed me. But I don't let things destroy me. I just changed the way I live now. As an entrepreneur and a big picture thinker, I dumped a lot of money into my business thinking that it would grow faster than those zero credit cards, that you get for a year, 0%, and then they come back to bite you 12 months later. Well, my dad lived during the Depression, and his sermon was way different than the credit cards that treadmill that I got on, unfortunately. But I got out of debt. I was able to eliminate my debt, finally able to breathe and start over and learn from my mistakes. It was tough road. I was on a vicious treadmill. More debt, more financial stress. And the better your credit score is, the more ways there are to mess up. So, budget. Not a cost accountant like my brother, but I've figured it out and I've learned most things the hard way. And today, I'm going to share with you how I am living pretty, I think I fall in the kind of sort of budget because I live frugally and I have a little bit of a backup. So I'm not pinching pennies every single minute of the day. I am enjoying my life, but having eliminated rent and mortgage from my life has made a huge impact, huge difference. I'm on the road 9 months now, and I was paying for a room in Texas $600 a month. Now in California, it was $875. One of the reasons I moved to Texas. So now 9 times 6. And that is $5,400 since I got on the road in my checking account. That's a nice little chunk there. All right, so as I said, accounting was really not my favorite subject in school, and some things never change. But I am now able to live within my means, and I am not working my life away with side jobs alongside my own business just to pay the bills and to make ends meet. That's not anything I hope to ever have to do again. So without rent or mortgage and no credit card bills, I can sleep comfortably at night. I'm going to share with you now my monthly budget overview. With everything I say here, keep in mind that yours could be way different than mine. But this is just to give you a little backdrop of what I'm doing and how I'm spending my money. The first four are kind of your major ones, I kind of call them. Gas. Hopefully that's not backwards. But anyways, gas, $200 a month. That averages out, that permits me between 1,500 and 2,000 miles per month. If you watched my other video, you know I get about 400 miles to a tank of gas. And gas prices change. Right now in Washington, a little on the high side. And I'm traveling a little bit more than I was back in February and March. So these are all averages. I've kept track here now for 6 or 7 months here to give you some averages. All right, next is food. Gonna be way different for everybody. Mine is $175 a month. Thinking, wow, that's either pretty high, pretty low. I'm not sure what you might be thinking. You can tell me in the comments. But I do canned goods. I do rice and noodle packs. I do tuna packs. I go for discount salads at Walmart. If you watch my videos, you've seen 3 or 4 discount salads. That's just like my highlight. That's my score for the day. And I probably could make it less than 175 if I wasn't such a snacker. Potato chips, pretzels, chocolate, gummy bears. Remember, no nasty comments. I already know. Sugar, salt, I already know all that. Big girl making bad decisions sometimes. But anyways, food is 175. Next is phone. Phone is $73 a month. I paid off I have an iPhone. I paid it off just recently so I could make this number smaller. And I've been with AT&T forever. So I play the little loyalty card with them on occasion and make a phone call to them every, I don't know, this hair is funky. Every, 6 months or so, something comes up, I call them, see what they can do for me. But I have unlimited, I have good coverage, and people are saying AT&T's catching up with Verizon, so whatever, but I'm good. I'm good with what I have here, and that's what my monthly is, $73. Car insurance, another one that's such a variable, $85 a month for me. I am with State Farm, and with an old car, I've got I guess you call them the bottom line that you have to carry, like 30, 60, or I don't know if I'm 50, 100. I can't remember, but I'm not carrying exorbitant of any kind of insurance. I did decide to carry collision. I had dropped it because they say if you had a total loss, would your car be, I think, less than Blue Book? And at that time you dropped collision. Well, I decided being on the road so much, and I don't have, at the time, I didn't have like a chunk of change to just be like, yeah, I don't have to carry collision. I can go buy a new car. Well, I'm going to think about that depending upon the amount of damage. And, a car like an Acura, it's expensive parts. It's just crazy. And who knows, I may, if I have to, drive around with a little damaged car too. So I carry collision, and that's just the choice I made. And again, that's whatever your security comfort levels are on how much insurance. I couldn't possibly begin to tell you how that should look for you. All right, so now I changed my notes. I got a little clippy here so that I can keep on track and not be a babbling brook. Next up is my storage unit. Oh my gosh, controversy on this one. Why would you be full-time on the road and need a storage unit? Yes, I did sell 80% of my stuff. 20% is stuff because I wasn't going to totally eliminate everything that I've ever owned. I have a Texas rocker, nursed my babies on it. It's sitting there in the storage. Someday I may get a she shed. That's just like a little shed, you know, less expensive than a tiny home. I'd love to have that little rocker sitting outside on my front porch if that's where God would have me. Or maybe at some point, I don't know, my kids might want the rocker. Maybe not. But it doesn't, you know, the case in point here is 20% of it is my stuff and 80% of it is my business. So I have to look into whether that would even be a little possible write-off. I don't know. Some of it is still personal stuff. And I've got scrapbooks. I've got some Christmas decorations, but we're talking minimal. We are talking so very minimal. And it's $60 a month. It's $720 a year. I do not like that figure. So in the next year or so, may look into it. It's only a 7 by 10. I don't know. If I sell a lot of product, if I don't need the storage, if I go to another fulfillment house, who knows? But storage is on my list. Don't forget the flashcards, storage. I don't know. There we are. But if that's backwards, I apologize. I just couldn't quite figure that out. All right. And then nextly is miscellaneous. $20. Personal hygiene, paper towels, toilet paper, plates, bowls, Kleenex, just little stuff. You know, when I get a grocery bill like 100 something from Walmart, you know, then I look into what that was paper goods or what was personal hygiene. So, you know, $20 is $240 a year. I don't know if I've hit that right on or not. Remember, I'm not telling you I'm on a strict budget. I'm kind of on that sort of maybe, yeah, $20 sounds pretty reasonable to me. And I revisited this through my, I'll show you in a minute, a little notebook that I keep. But anyways, oh, I skipped one. Yeah, fast food, $50. Any of you who have watched my videos know that I really don't go out to a restaurant to eat by myself. I love to go to restaurants, but I love to have company at a restaurant. Fast food is a treat for me. I love a Burger King milkshake. I love being all grown up and having French fries for dinner. So they are treats, and on a rainy day, I'll get inside my nest and I put my little tray table on my steering wheel and I have my little mid-late night, not too late night snack, you know, from a fast food. I love Taco Bell. $50 a month. I find I'm spending that pretty well when I'm out traveling, like the national parks and, you know, things I've been traveling. I really treat myself to that. Okay, and next on the list is my website and my domain name. Now this is going to be one that you can actually probably eliminate unless you too have an online business, which is a very cool thing to do. You can have all kinds of cool products. Website, $35, and that includes my domain name, and that comes up to $420 a year. This is one of those, like, through the years, like, I really never, like, I paid the bill, had the money, and didn't include it in a monthly, like, what do you really need to save, because the years go by really quickly, and all of a sudden you've got an expense, and you need to have that money. So I'm getting better at that, you know, keeping some buffer for some of those things, if you know what I'm talking about. All right. And then next is gifts. This would be another one where randomly, yeah, I have a few $100 extra here and there. I only need 50 at a time. But I worked out $60 a month for gifts. I have 3 grandchildren. I have 2 kids with spouses. And so I average, you know, per birthday and Christmas, maybe $50 per person per gift, you know. Yeah, it'd be nice to be able to up that at some point. This has gone up and down, and I, you know, splurge, especially those grandkids of mine, my sweet peas. But on an average, $50. I may go a little over that at times because I'm not on a strict budget, because I don't have any rent or mortgage. I don't know that I was on a strict budget then either. I'd fall into credit cards for gifts. we're not going to talk about that right now. That's the past. No credit cards now. All right, and next is me gifts. Again, this would be one of those, hey, if I want something, had the credit, I don't know, I'm not going to keep saying that because I'm doing this now too. But that comes up to $204. Why 17? I was looking at my little notebook of things I kept track of, and I'm like, 17. I love the number 7. That's in the Bible many, many times. Yeah, $17 a month for Linda. Now, I listened to somebody at the Rubber Tramp Rendezvous, actually, Rometown Girl. Hi, Kim. She does envelopes, very strict envelopes, and I love that idea. But that's just not where I'm going right now. Maybe down the road, maybe when I'm on Social Security. I don't know. I continue to hope and think, and it is growing, my business, you know, more orders every month. Amazon, Etsy, my website, everything, and it keeps growing. So that's where, you know, I told you before, I'm a big picture thinker, and sometimes I spent money before I had it. Well, I'm not doing that now. I'm slowing down the train, but if I see something like on my birthday, I bought a $34 top. I guess that took care of 2 months all in one. I hadn't bought anything in a long time. I know how to rationalize my purchases too. Trouble. Okay. $17 a month. All right. National Park Pass. It's actually $80 a year until you're a senior, then it's $80. So that is $80 lifetime once you become a senior. You know, I've got a little bit of choppiness going on because I'm running out of storage on my phone, so sorry about that. Next one, 3 left here, is the dentist. $17, there's another 7. That comes up to $204 a year. Twice a year I get my teeth cleaned, and, you know, barring that there's nothing else wrong, that's where you dip into that little buffer. That's the average per month for my teeth. Next is haircut. Yay, we reduced this by hundreds. $10 a month. What is that? $120 a year. 3 or 4 haircuts. As you can see here, not much hair going on. You know, I used to have hair, the big hair, remember the big hair? I used to have it out to here, permed, long. And then I went into flat iron, bob, all that. Right before I started this journey in September, I got it all cut off. So I'm still kind of like, eh. But it sure is easy, and I'm letting it all grow in. As you can see, used to have it colored for years and years and years. And so here we are, $10 a month for haircuts. Woohoo! Or, you know, over the course of a year. And then lastly, car maintenance. Again, this is one of those, $21 a month. That's just for oil changes, you know, maybe a squeaky little minor repair or something. So you got to have that buffer, you know. So $21 a month for my oil changes. All right, guys, that totals up to, if I did my math right, $830 a month. $830. Not too bad. No rent or, you know, no mortgage, no entertainment except for free. I mean, really, for the most part, I don't go to movies. I don't go to restaurants. We know that. I don't spend any money on entertainment. Well, I did do $11.20 ferry boat ride to Macateo. So I guess that comes out of my $17 a month. Anyways, yeah, I'm being a little facetious here. $80 a year park pass. Boy, that I've paid for that 10 times over. I mean, I've already visited, I keep saying 7, but it's 8, I think. 8 parks so far this year, since January. Yeah, because I keep forgetting about Joshua Tree. No utilities, no clothing budget. You know, I should probably, yeah, that would be another little in that miscellaneous area. So, I mean, we could round this to $900 a month. How about that? And unfortunately, no health care right now, at the moment. You know, that could change. I've had health care, and then I drop it. You know, I roll the dice, I pray. It is what it is. You know, I would appreciate if you don't comment on that, because it is hard. It's hard not having health insurance, and I chose other things, like gifts for my kids and little things for myself. And so far, I've been blessed, you know, with good health. there's a lot of people who can't afford health insurance. So just, I'm just being honest with you. And, if you tell me, yeah, you should cut back on something or this or that, please don't do that. I've really thought about it thoroughly, and this is my personal budget that I'm sharing with you. I have a small savings for emergencies. That's not always been the case, so that's really a good thing. And I have saved income from my business. The holiday season is my busiest time. It's my most lucrative time of year because I do full-on craft shows, not just sell online. And I've got monthly expenses now for about 6 months. I can't ever recall ever being able to say that, ever. So that feels good. I'm working a side job as a camp host. I'm always trying to, think ahead, one step ahead here just a little bit. I don't feel like it's a side job to make ends meet. More now, it's going for the buffer, and for that 6 months because I'm not paying rent. So the job is like kind of a different, and it's kind of work play. Look at this background. And if the car passes on, things will get squeaky tight to replace Serenity. I will need to tap into, into my buffer. I'm putting my notes up here to finish up here through the holiday season's right around the corner. I should be able to recover pretty quickly and refill my tank. Now, see, I've got a couple years under my belt of shows, so I have a little bit of an expectation. I'm not just winging it saying, oh, brand new business and I'm going to make thousands. I already have a kind of an ongoing shows that I've already done and an expectation, a low expectation of what I'm going to make. So, God willing, I'll recover pretty quickly. You see my expenses are minimal. No Netflix, no other bells and whistles. I'm trying to be pretty squeaky here. And I since living this nomad journey, I mentioned to you I've visited 8 national parks, 4 new states, made many new friends. You can't put a price on experiences and friendships. And so I'm just throwing that in here as, that's really part of my why, which that was last week. And I am doing this series now. I first started with the personal story 2 weeks ago, and then it was my whys, 10 whys, and now today budget. And next week we'll be answering your questions and question and answer time. So if you have any questions, please put them in the comments. I'm going to go back and look at some videos. I don't want to miss anybody, and I'm off the grid, so I can't keep up with responding to you like I want to right now at this moment. I try to catch up when I get away and while I'm visiting and doing some sightseeing. I've got evening time where I try to catch up. I hope that you will be making your days count so that you feel like you're living your life large with new experiences and friendships. It's priceless. That's it. And I hope you will subscribe if you like these. I'm also doing the Travel Thursdays and on occasion Trivia Tuesday and my Monday Meaningful Messages. So blessings in your journey, and click the bell for updates. Joy in the journey. I hope you got something out of this, some takeaways, some things you maybe had not thought about before to put on your budget list, and how you can move forward and enjoy your life. So till next time, see you later. Bye.